Welcome to the program Rise. Kajenu, we are talking about looking good. When you look good, you feel good. Feeling good builds our self-esteem and gives us that extra bounce in our step. So, Kajeno, we're going to discuss the issue of looking good. But before Simulla, I want to welcome the new co-host, Mbali Kokiana, a 21-year-old dancer and artist. Welcome, Mbali.
Thank you.
And as per usual, we've got Khanyisile and Lebo.
Hello.
So what does it mean to you to look good?
Basically, looking good, it's making an effort. When you've made an effort, you look good. So, and may I say, is important.
For whom?
For everybody. And, you know, just making an effort. Africa, please, let's get that straight. And yeah, it's making an effort. Yeah.
I haven't had it for more than 20 years, so that's not the message for me. For not looking good was accepting me, you know, and it's accepting that I am good. And I can, rather than keep like I can accentuate what I have. So, I'm going to feel comfortable with the fact that I am bald because I've got beautiful features was part of looking good. Even before something on top of that. You know, I can walk with my head up high.
Yeah, that's what looking good is for me.
For me, it's about the confidence that I have inside. If I'm feeling confident on the outside, then in some ways, it reflects. Like, for example, when I run in the morning, inevitably, my endorphins are going through the roof. Then my attitude completely changes. So it's both kind of internal and external.
Yeah. Mara, I like what you are saying, Kgomotso, because I think often, looking good, we are not thinking about starting with this very body. At the end of the day, it is the only thing that you have. So, by exercise, what you eat, and taking care of yourself is very important.
And you must acknowledge that you must look good for yourself.
Yeah.
It has to be for you. I mean, it's not look good for Jimmy. Is it all
the time? Isn't it?
No, I think it needs to start with for you. The only reason I'm looking good for Jimmy is that Jimmy knows he scored a lot this time. I used to hit a jackpot.
And besides, when you're happy, it shows. Yeah. You glow. You're looking different. So when you're happy with yourself, you feel good, you know?
Okay, here's the thing that I want to understand. Does it have to cost money to look good?
Never.
No, you know what? It's not about how much your clothes have. It's about how you put them together. You know, if how stylish, whether we're regular for 1,000, there's some pretty rich people out there. But when you look at what they're wearing, you know?
And because the thing about fashion, and this is the thing, because, you know, my shape is not, I think, what the fashion houses or industry. And I'm happy you are calling it industry because it's industry. Why would we say and how okay for an example, the award in the somebody you are going to wear it. Why would you are going to look very ridiculous. So it's also about brands. And it's very sad. Even the women we are talking to will end up even compromising themselves. Like that label looks ridiculous on you.
It's not about the brand. It's about how you put things together. And that's what I like about ourselves. You can experiment. You can buy something for 25 rands, buy jeans for 50 rands, put it together. If it doesn't work, it didn't cost that much.
So it's about how you look,
it's about
more than how much
and
it
how
costs.
you feel in it. So if
you can be unique, it's how you style it. We
it
style
doesn't
it
have to
as
be expensive.
Exactly. As mamanka brand
thing. 4,000 ka kgwedi ne mare o na le account ene o patala stlhako sa 10,000 rand. Ke bona o ka re di priorities tsa rona ga di a tlatlamalla ha go le yalo. Why do we do that where we aspire to buy things that are so outside of our pocket? Is it still about what people say?
It also comes back to the fact that this thing is industry. So the entire marketing, imagine, even as people are watching this show, there is somebody trying to get into their pockets. And what does it sell you? Marketers are very good. They are selling you a feeling. You are going to feel important. So we are forever aspiring for things external. That is the problem.
And on another point, as Inja, what I've recognized, in the CNZ, we want to conform. You know, we want to conform. So, like, in the sense of sense isn't as expensive when we can't even afford it. And that's why our parents, like, go through extreme measures with
I like that. It's if you can't feel good without all of these things that we put on our faces or the clothes that we wear, I don't think there's any other way that we can really do it. Anyway, that is when we come back, we will see how a few young women from the club put creativity to the test.
Siyabonga ukuthi usahlezi nathi ekhaya lapho mbukeli. Welcome back. Ukhanyi uhlezi nabafazi abasha bakhuluma ngokuthi bona bazizwa banjani mabazizwa babukeka babahle. Asizwe ukuthi baxoxisana bathini. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Ms. Mbali, and welcome to the show, Smangele, Precious, Siphelele, and Thandokazi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, we all know Nyiko always had fabulous style. So in today's insert, she shared a few clothing tips with the young woman from the Rise Young Women's Club.
Hello guys. Legai? Sharp. Kinda Nyiko ne? Kwana man? Smangele.
Precious.
Thandokazi. Siphelele. Okay, go follow. What's one question ne? Lagata outfit check. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys believe I spent under 50 bucks on this outfit? Aling tape. Yeah. That's the challenge, Kachakone. We're going to go somewhere. Under 50 bucks. And then here feta. Motloung to sa for ready rejuvenate, ready spice up, ready fashionable. Ne? Array guys.
You know what we're going to do, ne? Off cuts. Table. There's a lot of things, ne? We've cut outfits out of them. So it's something that we're supposed to throw away, but we don't throw it away. We can reuse it. Ne? For the we're going to design something out of this. Just choose one type of fabric that you like, big enough for it an outfit. The rest you can just put it aside. Okay. What I want you to do is pieces okay. So I'll ask some of my ladies to come in and help us. Okay. omunye nomunye uzobamba istation sakhe bese siqala ukusebenza ke ngama outfits wethu. Just bear in mind ukuthi when you're doing all these things, you need to practice each and every day so that you be perfect to creating your own outfits. It's just passion nokuthi practice every day ukwenza into enhle ezofitha umzimba wakho kahle nawube muhle nge-style sakho. You understand?
All right, I'm sure you are wondering what these young women are wearing under their fabulous gowns. But before we get to that, each of those outfits costs under 150 fail. So the big reveal, young ladies. Pula on 1, 2, are you ready? 3, let's just throw the gowns off. Banyana. Precious, I to make a win. I to make a precious pili. Precious, like outfit uchenchile. How was the experience and how did you zhuzh it up?
Okay,
Tana, if you want to turn around, bajo bone man. If feel thanks, girl. Thanks.
Okay, Lana. Nyiko madunusa, then ngathiwa lesi skate besile piece kuphela.
Yeah.
And then ngasa ku fashion designer, bangidesignela bangifela le piece, and then bangenzela le top.
Oh, for the image, yeah, no, but then it break a color.
Yeah.
Thank you, Precious. Give me a real Siphelele ribbon so yes, girl. Thank you. Thanks for the turnaround. So you can say these materials moyone.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I get that. Thandokazi, don't forget your turnaround. Thank you, Mama. So it's the pieces in, and then I get that. Smangele, last, best for last, Rubanse, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I lay being cool, but by Kata la good thing, and then Satata by piece la good image lana.
Yeah.
By Pesha la good if I and I go to Pisefana.
And then Li Tutileng with this whole thing, where did you learn?
Yeah, sesafunda ukuthi impahla zakho zakudala ungakhona ukuzithatha uzenze into entsha.
Mina ngifunde ukuthi ungathenga impahla kamadunusa ngemali e-shipping and then uyise fashion designer baziziwe impahla ezinye.
Mari, you can also do it yourself, can't you? How do you do it yourself? What did you learn? Are you still going to do it yourself? Are you going to zhuzh up your clothes yourself?
Yes.
Yang lilo ira yang Smangele ke boelo ko yena o tlo ira yang wena gore o nno dire fashionable di apara tsa gago.
Ngizothatha impahla zami zakudala and then ngiphethe nezinye impahla ukuthi uzobe fashion yamanje.
Muntwe, outside of the aparo tsa gago and stuff, wena ka buwena inside, what makes you feel good?
Mina ngithanda ucula and actor ngiyathanda.
And sports.
Ne sports. Oh girl, almost sports. And then Precious?
Dancer, no guitar.
Yeah. Kids on so di ratang. So re bolella ka club ya lona.
Yeah, club yethu igama layo Buhle Bembali.
Buhle Bembali and re la le Mbali mo studio. Thank you.
Phuma ePalm Ridge. Siqale le club le cause sifuna ukubonisa abantwana abancane ukuthi bangakhona ukwenza lezi zinto nathi sizenzayo.
Abantwana abancane kuphela or liba bagolonyana
abadala.
Oh, all right.
Ama teenagers. Yeah, ukuthi bangakhona ukwenza lento siyenzayo.
Oh, all right, yes.
Like laba abantwana abahlala nabo community bangayeka ukusebenzisa ama drugs laba abanye beba-break bashona egroupini ne. Yeah.
And then li ranka le ko tlabong ke di activities tse feng tse le dirang. Thandokazi, maybe you can ba tlompolele ka tsone Siphelele.
Dancing, sports, singing. And poetry, dramas.
La khale feditse ka sekolo le batla ipana le re okay ke tlo thoma one by one. Smangele ko ena o batla go use ya
Funa go teacher.
o batla nna teacher. All right.
I want to be a social worker.
A social worker, yes.
Chartered accountant.
Chartered accountant. Thank you.
Social worker.
Social worker. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. You fabulous, fabulous people. I hope le ke tla ne ke ithuta gore ke misken ke match young pila. Okay, ra leboga and re tla le bona after papatso le seke la ya gope ra bua no.
Really, amogela gape. We are still talking about looking good. Yanong Kgomotso, how no le mocha wena style no sebetha bjang?
Ne ke sena style at all. I did not feel good about my body. I did not feel good about my face. So I did not consider myself somebody or attractive, or so I would hide it, particularly male. And so not realizing who worse. And it's what's so interesting about now, and but how much I told Haba Batlu Hukawa Tabae, Hore Haki Debella Modi Nepeng. Come on, but I did not even recognize it. And nobody could have told me at the time how pretty I was. I was fresh, I was young, I was interesting. But I just covered up in large things because I felt ashamed of my body.
But I think that thing is important, Kgomotso, because doesn't that come up how to mellow your teenage years? When your boobs are coming out, and it's almost as if
I was 10 years old.
And that is when you start covering up.
Did people treat you differently because of the way we're going or because of the way we're feeling?
I was successful in the sense that I disappeared the way that I wanted to, so that you couldn't call attention to the fact that saying namabele, saying nama hips, which were fine. I mean, I was quite beautiful, but I really didn't see it at the time. And Minamangi's buga is buga, and it was like it wasn't a good reflection that I saw. I just couldn't wait to grow up and look like something else.
I think that the problem that I have right now, and I don't know, maybe I'll ask you, Kanye, from the age of even 6, diaparo tsa basadi ko di shopong, they are sexualized. It's like, why diaparo tsa banyana deal is so about, and but ba hula yalo, understanding that looking good haule mosadi, it's about sexualizing yourself and treating your body like a sex object. I think maybe I'm gonna just sound a little bit too old. That's what worries me about understanding about looking good now as young people, is that we copy all the bad styles TV and all of that as what is feeling good. What's your experience?
Yo, I agree. There's a lot of things on the market where it's just like, really? You want me to show that much? And it's like, you know what?
But then, do you blame us? Because that's what the media is selling to us. That's what
but you also have your own brain, hey? I mean, like, it's like, I don't say
although in challenge, and nudity. Being ngunu does not mean sex.
Exactly.
In the same way that it does not matter if somebody is raped. The last thing so it is no link. Rona es batho ba bantsho, es ma Africa. Ase gore maponapona ara gore
another thing, I think it's important for us as young women, dressing less is not necessarily being sexy. It's not the only way to
without
be sexy.
It, now that
you
we are wearing these.
Exactly. And you can wear whatever. You can still be sexy in that way.
But for as long as Beyonce insists on wearing a leotard every single day, evening and whatever, because it's a cachet, not just but we're encouraged as women to be less intelligent and more sexual.
Exactly. And again, training that I agree with that Mbali was saying, but we must make them aware of it, because then ha o sena chelete ya go reka dio tseo ka re dia dura, or o sena mmele o di tshwanetseng, you then without a doubt feel gore you can't look good wena with the way that you are. And yet uboni, even in our insert, gore there are so many creative ways in which you can do things.
What I've also noticed about looking good is that clean in pen, hygiene, you feel good.
But it's also how you treat your body. Mina, I often wonder, young people will want to wear on the outside, babe bahle, and then bahambe bayo phuzu busuku bonke. And your skin will not look good. Certainly that is not how you are going to look good over a long period of time. Or bahambe ubusuku bonke. Lack of sleep ages you. You know? So we can also think about what we do to our own bodies.
Right.
You know, that will make us look good.
All of this, na di nkgopotsa gore se se botlhokwa ke se ka mogare ga nna. If ile gore ga ka itumela ka mogare, however good or bad I look, because some people that may not traditionally look good are some of the happiest just because they're happy within themselves.
What I wish for myself is to be taught, Uguti, you don't have to conform, you don't have to look a certain way to be beautiful. You know, beautiful is not a certain way. You're beautiful the way you are, you just have to make whatever you have work. I think that for me as a young person would help a lot.
I'll tell you now, Mbali, you are amazing, just the way that you are. Because you are, truly you are.
But we need to hear that from other people. You know, it's all funny well, and Lebo saying that with all honesty, but you need to hear that from your mother. Ooh, and as young women, we really need to hear it from our fathers. When they are there, and if they are there, but they need to be there, or that male figure in your life.
In our life.
So that's how then you don't wear what Kanye was talking about, where you think that Utsanzo will behave in an almost inappropriate way to get men's attention.
And when it comes from home, you're building a parade. You know, it's okay, I'm beautiful, and that's it. I was like, you feel good. When you feel good, I was like, you value yourself. That is a very important point to raise.
Yeah, hey, you raise other issues, Marita, next week. Looking good is about you and what makes you feel good. So enjoy it. For more tips, check out our Facebook, Twitter, and Mxit Reach. Re tla le bona ka beke e latelang. Salang sentle. Woof, woof.